Hey guys, welcome back to another Foundry review. We got the second episode of Andor, and we got Johnny and Sly. How you guys doing? Are you ready to talk about this episode?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I'm really ready. I'm liking the show.
I'm here for it. I'm ready to, pull this thing apart like cotton candy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys think about it. I'm really enjoying it as a drama. I think it's pretty cool. I can see why people have this. I got some issues with it too, but I'm enjoying it. I like it.
Yeah. So this it's definitely starting off slow so far. Like they're really, that's what I've seen a lot of people say is like this show it's starting off a little slower, which definitely is like not as exciting as some other shows. But I think I appreciate that they're actually taking some time to develop some of these characters and give some background and give us a reason to care about some of them a little bit more. The flashbacks, I still think, we talked about this last time. They're a little bit like just
Forced,
they feel a little random.
Lame.
Imagine if someone says like you're telling a
Fett.
story about your life, and they're like, "That feels forced, man." It's like, what? I'm like, I'm just telling you what happened at my 4th birthday party. It's like, yeah, man, that just feels forced. I'd rather you shut.
I don't know, man. You kind of like ruined the story. Like
You kind of ruined.
backtrack too much, man. Just a tab, dude, not freaking backspace. Come on, dude.
Your life is forced, bro.
I think the flashbacks start to become a little bit better once we get near the end of this episode. I think
I agree.
They start to tie in a little bit better, but at the beginning, like kind of continuing up from episode 1, they still feel a little bit just like they're there. Okay, like we're in this scene, and then all of a sudden, oh, cut. Let's go see what he was doing in the past, when he was a kid. So I'm like, okay, I know that this is needed so that like it can tie up and like there can be some like theming and stuff later on, sort of a thing. But like during the course of the episode, it feels a little bit like, couldn't you just do a big chunk of each and like have it a little bit instead of mixing it up so much? But
yeah, I mean, like maybe with the flashbacks that we said, like there's like little to no dialogue, and it's just kind of like all inferred. And for it to be like all inferred and stuff, they should have been cutting a lot more frequently and kind of treating their audience like they're a little bit smarter, of like them gearing up, them walking to a crash, him leaving his little sister behind. That's like 3 scenes, takes like 45 seconds to a minute to do that, and it's like a little bit longer played out than that.
I agree.
And I feel like for it to be like there's nothing that you actually need to listen for, I feel like it can be a lot faster, so I can see why you guys would say that. But it was just kind of there for me. Fair. I really didn't mind it. I was like, yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, it could be better there.
I mean, it's not a huge complaint for me, but
you say like there's nothing you need to listen for. That's how I felt about the whole episode. I was like, man, I could miss half this shit and I'm still okay. Nothing feels very like meticulous and super important for the story to progress. And I feel like that's just because of how slow they're setting it up, which
I agree, it's very slow.
With that. But it's one of those things, it's like I actually started asking myself, I'm like, wait, why did we even get this show? How does he fit into any of this whatsoever other than in Rogue One? And like, why do we need this prequel essentially for him? We don't.
No, we don't need a prequel. I was even thinking like I didn't need that Obi-Wan show either. Like
agreed.
I didn't need that either.
At the same time, that answered some questions that people had. This one I'm still trying to like wrap my head around it. Like, what purpose does this serve? And I think that mysterious character that, shows up and is kind of like being hinted at, I feel like he's going to drive the story more in the next episode.
I think so too. I think that it's going to lead more into the rebellion and stuff. I mean, like, I do know what happens because I did see the next episode, and I'm trying not to let that, like, change my opinion of this episode at all. But, like, you just see stuff kind of fall apart in this episode. And towards the end, like, I haven't felt like this in a lot of Star Wars media to where I'm like, this character is, like, these are some serious, like, stuff that's going on, like, some serious stuff that's going on. Like, there's actual, like, consequences, and that I can kind of feel the anxiety that the main character is kind of feeling. Because Bix and Andor are getting a little close, and her little boy toy is like super skeptical.
That was super goofy. I was like, we have space rats now. He's literally narking on her to a freaking space like telephone, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you know, this girl's talking to this guy. You know,
Yeah,
arrest him."
he's a little super insecure, and also she was like terrible at hiding stuff. Like, how are you gonna hide? Like, what is he supposed to think too? Like, what is he supposed to think?
Right.
I mean, like, she's not great at hiding anything. She's like, you can look at her face. She's like, nothing's wrong. I'm not cheating on you. Like, I didn't say anything. I just said good morning.
She should
Oh,
have just
okay.
like told him what was going on. 'Cause he
Honestly,
already
yeah, if they're
knows
that close
like
to-
Andor's a Canary anyway, so like you might as well at
Keep
that
him in the
point
loop.
just
I
say
guess.
what's
Yeah,
going on.
I don't know.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, but pretty much the boy toy rats and says like, hey, this guy is. Oh, we didn't even mention that there was there was a warning that went out about a Canary male on Ferrix. Is that what the planet's called?
Right? I don't even remember the name of this planet.
I think it's Ferrix. And so they had that message go out, and then everyone knows about the message pretty much, saying like, oh, we don't know any Canaries here. And Andor was like, yeah, man, what's that? Oh, shit. And then the boyfriend is like, hey, there's a Canary here. His name's Cassian Andor, baby. And then they kind of infer the corporation's like, all right, let's check it out. Let's serve this warrant. We're going to go get him, boys. And, man, I hate this little rat. This little rat, like, insecure leader. I hate him so much. This, like...
Wait, you talking about the one that just that follows orders too much? That
Yeah,
guy?
like down to a T guy, like the was it like a T-man kind of thing? Like, I hate him. I hate him so much. He's like that one guy from The Office, Gabe. You know, that's who he reminds me of. He's like Star Wars Gabe over here and shit. I like his character. I'm like, man, he's so hateable. Like, it's great, and he feels so inadequate, and it feels like that's your like Star Wars like sequel trilogy stuff straight up. I feel like that's everyone in the Empire, like in Star Wars, like post prequels.
Yeah, and then the I feel like he got a little confidence boost when that other guy came in. The
Oh yeah, he reassured the fuck out of him.
Yeah, he was
Sergeant
like, "Oh,
Linus
dude, yeah,
Mosk, baby.
yeah, I give you lots of respect and hats off to you. You're doing the right thing. Blah blah blah. Like he was like, right, yeah, I am doing good.
Yeah, and he's like, something needs to be done. I was like, right, totally, dude. And he like stood up
Yeah.
real straight again. He's like,
It's like you're
yes.
the first one to agree with me. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. It's like we gotta, because he was saying something about like, he also is like noticing things of like people like, I think he's like hinting at people like trying to rebel and stuff. So he was like, yeah, we gotta be strict on these types of things because of that, or whatever. So they were like talking each other up. They were like, yeah.
Like, this place is a fucking shithole. We're gonna shape it up, just the two of us. Like, amen, brother. Except like this Moss guy is like super intimidating, and he's like looks actually experienced, like he's been around the block, opposed to like the leader like kid who looks about like a decade younger than him and like so inexperienced, and like he just learned to tie his shoes and stuff. But I like their little dynamic. I really liked Linus Mosk. I liked him a lot. Like he's from the Chernobyl show as well as the buyer, and I like it. I like him as an actor a lot too. He's pretty good.
Yeah. I think they did really good with the cast for the most part.
Yeah, I'm digging it so far. We talked about it for a second with the accents before we start recording, but I really enjoy like the variety of accents we get, not in Andor, but just like a lot of Scottish accents, a lot of like just British accents going on too, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think it adds more. Like it would make sense. There should be a lot
Class
of
is the
accents.
place up, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Speaking of class, this leads me to a separate topic. What are our thoughts on the fashion of the
Corporation?
the corporation?
It's funny. I like it.
I fucking hate the train station bulletproof vests that these
Dude,
fucking
I like it.
Goombas wear.
It's like pre-Empire before they get their shit together or something. I like it a lot. I'm like, because I look at it, I'm like, that's disgusting. It's bad, but it's like this is them before they get their shit together. I like it. But I if that's what they're going for, these characters, for what I see in the future, I'm like, I think it fits their fucking, just them being like doing everything wrong or not well enough. I'm like, it's perfect.
It's to me, it's just the goofiest thing ever because I'm like, what am I looking at here?
Yeah.
Why?
They all feel very, like everyone even at the station there doesn't even take their job seriously. I was like, this is a fucking joke, you know, just like, and then their outfits like match up with it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like it's like because they're corporate, they're like they're trying to be clean and nice, presentable, but like also still being like militarized and like beefy. So it's like a weird combination.
Yep.
Just kind of funny. And then when that guy gave the speech, like the guy that knows what he's doing, he gave a little speech, and it was like people were into it. It's like yeah. And then the other guy gets up, and people are just like, bro.
I actually fell asleep after that part. I fell asleep for his speech.
Everyone was visibly laughing like after that, and I kind of felt
awkward.
bad. Yeah, it was awkward as fuck.
Don't they start clapping or some shit after to break the ice?
No, I think no one does anything, but then the other guy that gave the speech first claps. So just to like end it.
His name is Sergeant Linus Mosk. All right.
Okay.
And he's great. And he's great.
Why do you remember his name?
Because I like him a lot.
He's the best character in the whole show as of now.
I like him a lot, man. He tries really hard. He's a good yes man. He's got he's got his boys back. He's a good supporting to his guy.
Yeah.
Little
Buck says
flashback.
he dies.
Oh man, why you gotta do that? Why you gotta suck the life out of this? Why you like everything like that why you try to hate everything I like? What'd you think of the ship that crashed on Canary when they investigated in the flashback?
I hated that whole scene. Oh my god.
Everyone had like jaundice, like the survivors.
Oh my god. Yeah, right?
Yeah. No, I think that kind of starts to explain like why there's just kids. Like the kids are somehow immune to whatever's going on, but whoever else is outside of the ship that are adults have some sort of poisoning or something from the air.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, was that how they were before they crashed, maybe?
That's also a good point. Well, I mean, because when that guy got up and stuff, he didn't seem like he was directly suffering.
He seemed fine. He seemed like he was just a little, like, disoriented from, getting in a freaking ship crash.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. I don't know how I felt about the whole primitive blow dart shit and, like, that girl not paying attention.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I was immediately asking myself, I'm like, why did he grow up in, like, a little civilization where the warriors were children that probably weren't trained by anyone? They just kind of were like, let's go try and be sneaky, haha. And I don't know. The biggest cringy part of the whole episode for me was him balling his fist like fucking Arthur from that show.
Arthur?
You know that meme with Arthur, the fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? That's exactly what I thought of when I saw Andor fucking ball his fist. I turned off the TV because I was like, I need a minute. I was just laughing so much.
He was scurrying pretty hard. Yeah, like, I don't really care about that, but... Yeah, he was very upset about that girl getting killed by the
nameless child getting killed, yes.
Yeah. What seemed to be the leader of the ragtag band of group. It's like Mad Max Thunderdome with all the kids and shit. Yeah, but I think that's pretty much. I think that's the episode. Yeah, did I mention we saw the buyer? Like he got to the planet and stuff, and he was just kind of getting introduced to some random people there, just making his way downtown and stuff. And what was Andor doing this whole episode? Just trying
to get the hell off that planet. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was
people.
Yeah, he was getting his affairs in order and stuff. I just realized that we literally did not say a single thing about what Andor was doing this episode. It's just everybody else.
I mean, he doesn't do a whole lot.
No, he just kind of says like 1,000 names to whoever he talks to, and then he's like, "I need this. I need it now," and then he's gone.
Yeah, he is like straight bugging in every scene. He's like,
we meet his mom. We didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
is that his? I don't think that's his mom.
Mama Andor.
A guardian, a parental.
I was gonna say because remember he was born on Fest. That's why he's a Canary.
He does what moms do. Or she does what moms do. So, even though it may not be birth giver, but
it more reminds me of like that Oliver Twist type shit, where like they have some sort of like matriarchal person that like helped raise this little, I don't know, sneaky kid.
Is Oliver? Is that the cat show? The cat animated movie?
No.
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 All right. I can be wrong, I guess. What am I
trying to think
what
of
am I
what
thinking
animated
of
movie this is?
What am I thinking of then?
cat animated movie. Like, is it animated by cats or are there like animated cats in this movie?
You just asked me if it's animated by cats.
I need to know.
Did a
Yeah,
shrimp fry this rice?
You
What the
telling
hell?
me your cat animated this show? Putting you out of a job, huh?
I
I think
Is that why it's called AutoCAD?
give it a 7.
Jeez. Yeah, I agree with the 7. Enjoyable enough for me, but I think it's still leaning into more. So
Yeah.
I want to keep it a little bit lower so I can give later episodes higher scores because I'm confident that they're going to be better.
I want to bash this show so bad, but I need to show leniency. So I'm gonna give it a 6 because it's too soon for me to just rip it apart. Like, what can I expect? It's brand new. They're introducing things. They're setting the stage. So I'm gonna give it a 6. But if it disappoints me next time,
I am really enjoying the different pace, the different approach with this show compared to the others. Although it may not be working, and I feel like they have a lot of they don't have that element of nostalgia and familiar faces on their side. That fucking like every Star Wars fucking show we saw before, because there was like an episode where like, oh man, it's this character, then everyone was jerking off, fucking there was semen all over Twitter and everything like that, and like, this is the best animated shit I've ever fucking seen from Hayden Christensen. He was on screen for 3 seconds in a robe in the fucking desert. Holy fucking shit. I haven't seen like shit like that, you know?
yeah,
They're like
I
10
understand.
fucking stars. Like, I feel like that show doesn't have this. And I feel like they may have the odds stacked against them for a lot of that reasoning, but I like it. You know, I feel like it's genuine, and I wish it was longer and stuff, because this is way too slow for like an episodic thing.
Yes. My issue with the show is I wish it was more hand-holdy because I cannot figure out for the life of me what is going on each episode. I'm like, we've done nothing.
Yeah. Oh, you mean more like show rather than tell kind of thing?
Yeah. Because like he's naming like thousands of people with that scene with him and mom, and it's like, okay, cool. I literally know none of these fucking people. And then like this whole Canary thing, it's like, why is this important? We got a little more lore on it from that one random dude that was like, oh yeah, it used to be like a mining planet, and then blah blah blah, everyone's fucking dead or whatever. It's like, okay, well obviously that's a lie because here's freaking Andor. But it's like, why is Canary important? And it's like, okay.
I mean, maybe that's also the point. We're not supposed to know yet, and there's supposed to be a bit of a mystery.
It's
so
just
that we
there was
figure it out.
something we did know. I feel like everything is unknown, and it's I'm kind of
sounds like you're just not
losing
dealing. You're not dealing with the breadcrumbs very well unless they go in like extreme detail and tell you what every single thing is. Seems like you don't like it. I mean, like he named off a bunch of people, like, or the mom named off a bunch of people that he apparently have relationships with, and I think they were just names. I don't think we were supposed to think anything more of it besides like, hey, he's a ladies' man, and when she's like, oh, everyone that I knew that is dead, like everyone I told is dead, and that's kind of implying maybe Andor is the only person that she has left.
I'm kind of hoping like they keep the breadcrumbs. I have no issue with the breadcrumbs. It's just I want them to dangle a carrot so that I can follow the carrot, and while I'm like following that, I scoop up the breadcrumbs and they start to make sense. Right now, I feel like they've just laid out this like long trail of breadcrumbs, and I'm like, where does this go?
Yeah, I mean, like I think, hopefully the flashbacks will continue, so we see like what the crash ship is all about, and we get more breadcrumbs to see what like actually happened. Because he said it was the guy at the one booth said it was like a mining accident. Yeah, so
maybe that's what that jaundice shit was about.
If it's important, you know, like maybe they'll talk about it. But if it's not important, I don't think they'll talk about it. But
yeah, well, I think that's all fair though. I'm still just liking it better because I keep remembering like this is still better than like Boba Fett. This is still better than
miles better than Boba Fett. I feel like in some instances, it feels like in some instances it's a lot better than Kenobi. I love the acting. I feel like this is some of the best acting since I've seen, like maybe since Mandalorian. Maybe it feels less cartoony as well, like less corny and
there's
cartoony.
More serious topics and like like they had like a almost sex scene, bro. Like damn.
No, they got jaundice too. And that's pretty fucking.
Also, the clever name for coffee, calf. Wow.
Yeah. That was
how original.
That was kind of funny.
Great caffeine. Oh wow.
I wish they would just kind of give us something or make the episodes a bit longer. But I'm assuming they give us all 3 episodes on the launch because they're like, shit. If we just
these
drop,
are all setup episodes.
Yeah, these are all just setting up for a story, and I'm like, yeah, like okay. And I know some people had complaints in the first review. They're like, why didn't you review 3 episodes? Like, I didn't want to. We didn't want to. We want to do episode by episode. We always do that. That's the dealio. Unless it's like super way out of line, like we've talked about it before. Maybe doing
we
like
did it for Kenobi, and they released 2. Huh.
Yeah. So you guys just gotta be patient with it, and not everyone wants spoilers for every episode like in there. You know, some people may want to watch it episode by episode, so we cater a little bit. Yeah, but
we'll all be there eventually, so we're getting.
I'm liking it. I don't feel super attached to Andor like you said, Sly, but like I do like the show.
Yeah, I like the world that's being like the environment and the stakes and stuff that they're trying to build up. Andor so far has just been like he exists, kind of a dick.
Yeah.
And like you haven't really found a reason to root for him quite yet, but so far like I don't mind it. At least it's a character with a little bit more depth.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, it's a lot of depth and a lot of character and a lot of stuff they have to show us and build up. And they're doing it very slowly, and I feel like they're kind of doing it well. It just feels like a little far in between.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see you guys later on the next review. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Did we come down on a Foundry score
I think
for
we
this?
had 2 7s and a 6, right?
Correct.
So another 6.5, something like that.
All right. So this episode was at 6.5. A little above average and stuff. Hopefully the show has got a lot more to improve on, which I kind of hope for it. No AKs yet, Sly. I'm sorry about that, man.
I know that's what's missing.
I know you would love to give it a higher score, but you got standards. You have standards.
What can I say? Professionals have standards.
But we'll see you guys later on episode 3 of Andor. But until then, bye, people.
Peace.
Bye.